What's up?
So, dudes,
Hey, Desert Fire here.
Desert Fawkz.
Desert Frost. And I believe today we're going to start talking about just how gaming went for 2016. It kind of sucks that like Fallout and Battlefront and those games were like technically 2015.
Because what games came out this year? There was Overwatch.
Oh, Overwatch did come out this year.
The Division, that one came out this
Yeah.
year.
Battlefield 1.
Call of Duty. I can't even talk about Call of Duty because
I'm not going to talk about Call of Duty.
What other big games? Final Fantasy out.
I heard that wasn't very good.
I heard very mixed things about it.
It looked terrible.
I heard the first half was really good, and then the end really sucked. But I also heard they just put out a patch that like completely changed the end.
Is
of
it
the
Final
game.
Fantasy? What Final Fantasy is it?
Like 100.
15?
15.
I think it's 15.
Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, I've always I love the only Final Fantasy game I ever played was it was on PS2. The only things I remember about it is you're a dude in like overalls with blonde hair and like the pant leg on one of the overalls is like cut, and you played like some weird ass sport underwater.
It's Final Fantasy X. That's one of my favorite games.
That one was good. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. Wow, on IGN actually got an 8.2 out of 10.
I don't know. It
terrible.
looked pretty bad. I don't know.
Better than Final Fantasy 13. That game was terrible.
I don't know. That's the last Final Fantasy I played was like the only other ones I would be interested in playing would probably be the handhelds, just because I was a big Golden Sun fan, like when I was a kid.
Yeah. So I guess let's just start towards the beginning of the year with the Division.
The Division.
Yeah.
A lot of and talked a lot about already on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Since then, so that was the beginning. Since probably when did the incursions first come out with the glitching and all that? Was that like the game came out in what?
Came out in March. Came out in March. So probably
April, end of April maybe. I have not played the game since. I probably played it once because like I don't know. You put like when you play a game and you put, I don't know about you guys, but I put like so much research into my character and how I built like everything, like my character stats around my gun stats and like all my resources to get the gun that I wanted, and then it all just it all went to shit. And then after that, I was just like, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with that. So and like since then, we've had like games like Overwatch and Battlefield come out where you can just hop on with your friends and have a good ass time and everybody's equal.
The thing is with that game, I loved it so much that I'm not willing to like give up on it. But
no, yeah, I
just have to find the time to really like sink in. But yeah, like he was like Fire was saying, just with all these new games coming out, it's just hard to want to go back and get on that when we have some other games that we're kind of interested in right now.
I've played it a lot more than you guys have since that all happened, because I played Underground. I thought Underground was a ton of fun. I think now going through two like MMO style games with you guys, or actually more than two, you guys get really bored with MMOs really
Not
fast.
me. I do not. That man.
Hold on. We played Destiny, and that was a whole group. The whole group got bored of that. Then we played that Dungeons and Dragons one.
Neverwinter.
What else?
That game was fun, but we were kind of waiting. We were just kind of. That game but we played that right when it came out, and there was a lot of like stuff wrong with it. Like there's a lot of bugs and stuff.
And then when we played Warframe, although
But that game is awesome, and we have gone back to it.
Only
And on top
Caleb.
of that, yeah, I would say it's just me, just because to me that game is just kind of, I don't know, it's fun to hop on every once in a while, but it's just more of like a grind. You're not really like,
Yeah. And
you're not
then
really doing
and then
anything
we
when you
played
think about it.
The Elder Scrolls Online for like 2 weeks.
I played that.
I am
Caleb
down.
again.
I am
Caleb
down
again
to
didn't
get
wanna
back
play that.
on that, dude. We bought that game.
It's
It was a
Caleb.
month before we were deploying.
Yeah, and I played the
Fun.
hell out of it.
And then
Yeah, I didn't.
The Division.
Elder Scrolls though, like, cause when that game first came out, it was buggy. That game was real buggy.
I don't
But
think it was
now-
buggy. I personally didn't really like online.
Yeah,
Which
I
one?
don't know.
Elder Scrolls Online?
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it.
It's hard because like most MMOs are kind of
like
the
it.
same. Like either it's a type where you just kind of do quest after quest after quest and level up, get better gear. Um, and like that's why like the Division was such a good mix of like PvP and PvE and like getting new gear and leveling up your guy, but it wasn't like super crazy. It was just kind of like grinding to get better guns, but you could still, I don't know, there's a good mix, but like I said, like they just kind of, it was just one of those things, kind of like in I don't know, I would say maybe like Destiny, when we kind of, it just like got killed for us and there's just no way going back. But this game is so much better. I don't know, I'll probably go back to it, but right now, you know,
I
I'm
will go back.
definitely
to it,
more into like, I love MMOs. I do love MMOs. Like my favorite MMO that I've ever played is Lord of the Rings Online. I would go back and play that in a heartbeat. I think that is awesome, just playing an MMO based around the Lord of the Rings universe. But you know, I just don't have a super nice computer or people that really want to play. And like those games too, like the Division and stuff, with like being on the deployment and it coming towards the end of the deployment, we didn't have our Xboxes, and then coming back and getting married and all this stuff. Like I just wanted to play games where I could just hop on when I could, get right into games and just like kill people or whatever, you know, not games where I had to really sit down and spend a lot of time playing it in order to get anywhere, you know what I mean? So, and plus, like, we've been playing, you know, just with Battlefield coming out, and Overwatch is such a great game. So it's I don't know. Anyway, somebody else wants to.
I do think you're right, Josh. I do think we know what the weak link is here.
Yeah, because look at all the MMOs we've played. Diablo, Destiny.
I love Diablo.
Yeah,
Division.
we can't say anything about Diablo. We devoured that game for.
We devoured the hell out of
We
that
still
game.
haven't even we haven't even come close to we've beat the campaign on like medium out of like one of the 20 difficulties.
We've
and
done
like
Yeah.
We've done better than medium.
Yeah.
We've reached like hell level 4, 5, something like that. But that goes up to level 10. So
Yeah.
We still got a
No,
ways to go.
that game is great because like you can just kind of get on, like I said, games you can just kind of get on it, and like you can spend time researching and like getting really into your build, but you don't have to do well in that game. You know, it's just kind of simple. You know, you just run around, you like do awesome like fireballs everywhere, and like people go flying everywhere, and just loot out the ass in those games, which is great.
That's the best part. It's just
Yeah,
loot
like
everywhere.
anytime you kill somebody, you see all this that little script all over the ground. You're like, ooh, like,
Whoa.
ooh.
Hey.
But I don't know. Like it's like if I get into an MMO, that's just kind of becomes the only thing that I play.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm just into Overwatch and Battlefield, and like, you know, just other games like that.
I think we could all agree that Ubisoft kind of dropped the ball
Yeah.
with the
In the
Division.
beginning, I don't know. Like you said, I haven't been on it. It may be really good now, or at least a lot better.
They're doing a lot to make it better. I probably haven't been on there in like a month and a half now. But I thought Underground was a great addition to Endgame. They now have Survival, which sounds really cool.
Yeah, that does sound.
I'd like to check that out sometime soon. But you're right. The Overwatch just devoured my life now. Just taking over.
Yeah.
All
He
right,
just
so
he'll leave our party and just play games with random people we don't even know.
No, I don't care. Bear was
Yeah.
playing
You
Overwatch.
guys, it's not even a real person.
Probably
yeah,
not.
he's lying.
It's a bot that you created
To play Overwatch with.
for to work. Yeah.
I wish I would if I could.
All right, so we had
What else came
Division.
out? There had to have
Which
been
one
other
came-
games.
what came out
Ark,
after the
you know what?
Division?
Ark came out. The game
No,
actually
Ark-
like
dude.
the
no.
beta had been released, I thought, and then the game like officially released.
The game
early.
hasn't released yet. Still.
Yeah, this game is still not released.
No, it's still in that pay to beta test our game for us.
Yeah.
Weird ass.
Early
whatever it is.
access or whatever it's
I
called.
mean, not finished and finish, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And then
alright,
charge
let's
you for
talk
more
about
stuff.
that, then.
Ark's
Alright, so-
good. I mean, I'll be excited when the real game comes out, the full.
It's really, I love Ark. Dude, I had some awesome times playing that game while we were deployed, and
Yeah.
the only thing is like that game, you'll be like so into it and just play the crap out of it, and then one day you're just like, dude, I can't play this. I just cannot play this right now. But like I think with that game, they just kind of need to make it a little more. Well, I guess it depends on what server you join, but when it's more fast paced and like easier to kind of do things, I think games like that are.
you can change the settings, make it way more fast paced,
Yeah.
like way more fast paced.
So you know that Chris, have you ever seen H1Z1? Ever seen that before on the computer? Ever heard of it? It's like Arma kind of, but more. They're kind of trying to make it like a survival game, with like mass multiplayer online matches but there was like a game mode that was called King of the Kill, and basically you just have this map with 100 people free for all, and there's weapons and stuff and all the cities all over the map and cars and stuff, and everybody parachutes into the map and collects weapons and things, and when you find somebody you kill them and you get one life, and basically there's gas on the outside of the map, and every 2 minutes it comes in closer and closer to the center of the map, so basically everybody's forced closer and closer together, and the last person out of the 100 that lives wins. And like when you die, you just back out and join into a new game. But it's like coming to Xbox, and that I've been watching that on Twitch. That game looks really good.
That sounds cool.
It just sounds like I've always wanted to play a game like that, like a survival type but quick, kind of a like matches that you play in, not necessarily so much like Minecraft or Ark, something like a Hunger Games style type game.
I must say I'm noticing a trend here with you, that you like quick games. You don't like to commit to these long-term efforts.
I
That's why
like.
he doesn't play
I like-
Minecraft. He doesn't like to play Ark anymore.
I just with those games, sometimes I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get on, and then the day when everybody gets on and plays for like 8 hours and I wasn't there, then I'm just behind,
Just
which
done.
tends to happen to me a lot. Yeah.
Whoa!
But yeah, I love those games. Sometimes, like I said, I end up getting behind and like can't catch up, and it's just ends up being really frustrating. And I just want to play something where I can.
Anyways, I think the next game that came out this year, after the Division, was Overwatch, I think.
And we're talking about games, obviously, that we know about. I'm sure there's like other shit that came out.
Well, yeah, I know, like Dishonored 2 came out. Dude, you know what? I saw a dope video of Dishonored 2.
It's weird. I don't.
And
I don't-
it didn't honestly look like it looked kind of like
The
a
graphics
cheaper
look really
version
bad.
of like Assassin's Creed or something. I was like kind of disappointed with the way it
got
was looking.
super
It got
good.
good reviews. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was
I love
the third
Creed.
one.
I
The
love
third one was
Creed a
probably
lot.
the best, the last best one. Black Flag
second
Flag
one
was good
First
too.
and second one were good, And I don't know. Some people said they didn't really like it, but I love the time frame of the Revolutionary War, and I love that you were like an Indian, like in the middle of the Revolutionary War, just chopping up redcoats with axes, and like I thought that was just awesome.
It's like an Assassin's Creed version of the Patriot.
Yeah, exactly.
Mel Gibson. They should just put Mel Gibson as an assassin. Assassin's Creed 4,
3,
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Uh, yeah, then like, yeah, Overwatch came out, and like at first I mean we kind of talked about this last podcast, but we were a little hesitant to buy it, and then we bought it.
Man, I pre-ordered it. I had it instantly.
And yet you're the lowest rank.
Yeah, I got other things to do.
Who's not?
It doesn't matter because no matter how many hours you've put into Overwatch does not beat how many hours I put into Diablo.
Okay, well, 49 hours in 2 days. Yeah, that was unreal. That game would be great to hop on. That game is so good. God, I love that game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Battlefield 1, excuse the stream.
Fuck. Yeah, Battlefield 1 came out. That was a pretty intense one. We've been waiting for that for a while. No, the thing is, that game is absolutely amazing. The only thing is, the game itself is just lacking content to keep you interested in it because you unlock everything so fast. Me and Caleb and Joel and Sean still play, but I think you and Dylan are kind of the only ones who are more hesitant to play it. I still love the game. I definitely understand why people are kind of backing off from it right now. They really need to add more stuff into it. That's the only thing, which kind of sucks because I think the gameplay is probably the most like important thing for them to get right. It's just the fact that they didn't really put a whole lot into the game, like gear, like just like stuff wise.
You can't go just based off of gameplay alone, though. Like
Yeah.
the gameplay is
It
so
seems
good.
like they can't
and
really
so
like EA's having such a hard time of like kind of getting it right. Like the gameplay is absolutely perfect, but that can kind of wear off after you've played it for a while. Like you really need like end game, like not end game, but stuff that keeps players like in the game. You can't just only have a couple weapons and then because the gameplay's so good, you expect them to like still
stick with
like
it.
still
And
stick with
or
it.
if you
Like,
are gonna have a
you gotta
lack
give
of
them some
content,
incentive.
like come out with expansions quicker and like or have more smaller expansions that just get released like over short periods of time so that people always have something that they're like looking forward to
Yeah,
coming
you
up.
can level up all day, but if it's not getting you anything, like what's the point? Like yeah. Yeah. And they kind of tried to do it with the medals, but those are even just kind of frustrating because they glitch out and then you have to select one in order
There's
to
still no
complete it as
point
opposed
after
to
you
just
complete it. You don't get
yeah, I
anything
mean
for
like
it.
I thought like I was kind of just trying to focus on like well hey it's like a challenge like it's something to try and do but it's just like frustrating because
I
you can
think
get the
one
same
thing
one
that
over.
they could do that would like at least for me, like add some like some really fun, like not OP anything, like just something fun that's at like rank like a bow and arrow that you can use as a
Like a
secondary weapon.
slingshot with
No, that would be
explosives.
stupid. That would be dumb. Like or crossbow with frag and HE rounds. Like no, but like just something fun to use, like a badass
Like a
looking like
spear.
double barrel shotgun that like you get at rank 100. Just something to
Yeah, but there's stuff I'm sure
Actually,
that they
to be
used in
fair,
that
I read
game.
an article about a guy in World War. No, I'm sorry, it was World War II, but I'm sure this happened in World War One as well. There was a guy that is a Scottish officer that went into battle and killed a German with a claymore and another one with a bow and arrow. He's the only guy to be killed by a bow and arrow in World War II. But anyway, I mean, like, just anything. There's always experimental guns that were around during that time. Like most of them in the game are.
I'm saying there's plenty of things they could add in there, like a freaking
Like a double barrel shotgun. Why can't they have
double
that?
barrel shotgun. Yeah, that's something they could easily add in there. No, but at least if
No,
they
but
if
I'm
they
saying
if they
like
make some double barrel shotgun that just looks cool and it's got some better than average stats, and they make it to where you get it at level like 90, it'll keep people playing it because people are just gonna keep like working just something. Like give us something. You know what I mean? Like I was done unlocking the level, like I was done unlocking all the level 10 guns by level like 55, 58, something like that. I've gotten all of them. And there's just literally nothing else for me to work towards. And so, like, yeah, that's true. With all
that
the battle
there's
packs, it's
no
completely
random that there's no
random.
way to actually do it other than just complete luck.
Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just,
just
I'm criticizing the game to make it better. I absolutely love the game, but they really need to
I'm really worried
add more.
that they said 20 new weapons or something over all of the expansions, which, and I've heard some people say, I don't think it's 2 years. I think it's, I don't know. Well, no, it
No, it
came
was like
out.
a year after its release.
Yeah, they just kept adding new. They just kept adding free maps
Oh
and
well, I mean
game
they added
modes.
like the big like the 4 map expansion came, the last 4 map expansion came out a year after its release, but then they added like the community and then the operations and then the like night vision because
Uh,
they were coming out like every 3 maps or every 3 months.
Look it up.
Either way, I think I absolutely love Battlefield, but I am a little concerned with this one already because it's already kind of starting to.
China Rising. It's the game came out in like October, November of 2013. China Ri Well, I'll tell you when the let's see. So China Rising came out December 3rd. February 18th of
Told you,
14 was when Second Assault came out.
told
March
you.
25th of 14 was Naval Strike, and Dragon's Teeth came out July 15th. So 6 months after,
Told you.
or more than 6 months, eight
Suck
months
it.
after. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, they're
that's what
gonna
I'm
do
saying.
that.
Like
Like they've
they
already
had
done
like the
that with
night
this.
they had the night map, they had the operations, they had the community map, like there was a couple different things that they added. And plus on top of that, they had the dope ass like they had the dog tags that kept people occupied for months until the next
Yeah,
thing came
that
out. Like the dog
nice.
tags to get the bow, like they put like even if they're not gonna put in like something that you have to just build towards, like put something that makes it to where it's going to require a lot of time to figure out how to get it and just to get it. Like the
The thing
bow,
is,
it
they
took us
will.
forever to
Battlefield,
get.
they've been doing stuff like this in Battlefield for like since Battlefield,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
kind
they
of started
have.
doing that stuff, and then Battlefield 4, it like really,
It
they really
really, and
started.
they're not just gonna forget about that.
Yeah, they're
People
not.
absolutely loved that. They're not just gonna forget about it. I have faith that they're gonna stick it out. I just right now it's just kind of a grind.
I mean, we've already seen one, new map, which is okay. They came out with a gadget, which is actually pretty cool if you think about it. Yeah, it's not the fact of what it is; it's the fact that they just added in a random gadget like into the game without having to pay for it, nothing. So who knows what, maybe they've got 20 specific weapons and gadgets or whatever that they know they're going to release, but Dice has always been really good at just along the way they're just like, hey, this seems like a cool idea, and they add stuff into the game. So we'll just have to see where it goes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
no, they need to.
Overwatch
They'll
is
I
killing
think
it
they'll
because
come
Blizzard
together.
is amazing, better than EA. But
Yeah,
mm,
Blizzard is. Overwatch is fantastic. Um. Okay, I've got something. What are some games that you've played on your own this year that either you haven't played in forever
I got
or
one.
okay.
I got one. One game that I got just kind of on a whim that I just demolished was Tomb Raider. I'd heard so many things about it, and my girlfriend or my fiance, she got it, and I just kind of went over to her house. I was like, "Hey, can we I'll just come over. I'm like down to just watch you play this game. 'Cause I just want to watch her play games. I'm trying to get her like into playing Xbox. And I ended up watching her play, and she just couldn't be this boss. I was like, "Here, let me try it." And I played it, and then I didn't hop off for another like 6 hours. So yeah, so then I came home and I bought it and I replayed it all over again and I beat that thing like just I bought all the expansions, I beat it all within like a week. I haven't gone back and played it just because there's nothing else to do, but still to this day I think it is such an amazing game. They did such a good job with the weapons, the lore, oh my god, the gameplay, oh my god, that game is so good. You can like hunt, you can do just all this random shit, and it is so good. Like the story, dude. The best thing about Tomb Raider is they come up with the coolest lore ever. Like they kind of find the best balance between keeping things kind of like in this world, but making it like supernatural a little bit. And it's just like one of those things where you can't really tell if something's gonna be
Having
like
a natural
more
explanation or
yeah
not.
natural experiment, yeah, or if it's gonna be like something crazy, and then you find out it's something crazy, you're like, oh shit. So anyways, that game was on point. I would recommend that game to anybody. I love that game.
Well, I mean that's kind of like saying like a Zelda.
Well, see, I never played the first one, so I don't. That's BS though, because there was a ton of puzzles in that. I mean, okay, I guess I can't really say anything because I didn't play the first one. Um, I don't know. But there was plenty. I tell you what, there was plenty of times where I was stuck and I had to go online to figure out what I was supposed to do. Because some of those puzzles were pretty. Hey, okay, when you're stuck on a puzzle for 3 hours, I'm not just gonna sit and. I'd rather figure it out than just quit the game forever. Because I've done that before.
What about you, Chris? Have you played any games like either gone back and played some old ass games or? Oh, really? Like on the PlayStation? Okay. What about Madden? I always see you on Madden. I never hear you talk about it.
I got one. I got one that we all
It's
played.
just football.
Rocket League. We crushed Rocket League for a while. Yeah, we
Rocket
crushed
League.
Rocket League for a
We
while. That
do
game
need to
was
hop
fun.
on that. We haven't hopped on that in
Yeah.
a long time, actually. Qualify. Really?
Nah, I think I'll be able to get back into it.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't really all that good.
that
to
game
begin
is
with, but-
fun. I don't know why. I don't know why we haven't played that in so long. Yeah, I do know why. Dude,
And we always have more than 3 people playing at a time. But that's a great game.
That's not true.
I can't wait. I'll tell you what though, I tell you what, man, I cannot wait for that Friday. Like the more I've watched it, dude, it's been like 2 days and I'm already so stoked to play Friday the 13th.
I'm gonna get trapped.
Dude, I can't
Tracked.
wait to play that game. I like just from watching that game, I want to go and binge watch all of the Friday the 13th movies, and I haven't seen a single one.
You
Yeah.
want to watch them?
You want to watch? Yeah, and I'm sure there's like hidden like Easter eggs. Like I'm sure there's something that we'd have to kind of watch the movies to be able. Like I'm sure if we watch all the movies, we'll be able to appreciate it more. And I was telling Caleb this, like just with his like shifting ability to be able to like. So Jason in that game, he can teleport kind of around, and it kind of makes it to where I feel like if I were to go back and watch a movie and there'd be some dumbass moment where he's like right behind him and they drive off in a car and he appears in the road in front of him, then I'd be like, oh, makes sense, he just shifted. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
it looks
it. Yeah,
fun,
I just.
man. It looks fun.
Plus with Tommy Jarvis. I want to like just watch the movie because I want to see who Tommy Jarvis is. Anyways, probably should have
Yeah, that
gone
game
more
looks
depth in
fun.
that game.
Yeah, to be
Streamers aren't
honest,
gonna
at
know who the hell
first
we're
I was
talking
like,
about.
nah, I don't really want to like. That game looks okay, and like nobody else seemed to be into it. But then, yeah, I was the first one to kind of get on and let everybody know, like, hey, the beta's out right now, and people are streaming it if you guys want to check it out. And yeah, I watched it for like 8 hours straight, and it was just really fun to like listen to people's reactions when Jason like popped up outside of the house they were in, like smashing the windows. No. Hey, well, it's fine because I just watched the stream and followed him to
Hey.
his savage. That's fun. Um, but yeah, no, that game looks really fun. I'm excited for that. So I guess for me, I'll answer my own question. Um, I did play Star Fox on the N64 that Anna bought me, and I want to play, um, and I want to play Zelda Ocarina of Time because I have that as well on the N64. But I also played Harvest Moon on the 3DS, Harvest Moon: A New Beginning, and that I've always been a big Harvest Moon fan. I mean, if nobody knows what it is, you literally just farm and make your farm. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but like not a lot of them are not good. Like the N64 one was really good. It was like I loved that one. GameCube, Magical Melody. Yeah. Did it have like little? Did you get little like melody? Anyway, that one was pretty good. Um, Yeah, but then there's just all these like weird little expansions and stuff. There's actually one on the DS that like the not the 3DS, but like one, or maybe it's Game Boy Advance. I don't really remember. But that one actually got really really good reviews. Um, but yeah, those. Stardew Valley, that game. Yeah. Oh yeah. Um, did here
Did Heroes of the Storm come out this year? I don't think it did because I know. Did he?
Remember when that was at all?
Oh no, that was on the deployment. I'm almost positive that was on the deployment when he sent us all those codes.
Go into my email right now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, well, so I mean, it was only right before we left for the deployment. We left in September of 2015.
And it sucked. Dude, it got like I'm pretty sure like people like they've had to give money back to people because they false advertised basically. They said you could do all this stuff in the game and you can't do it. There's nothing
Like
you
what?
can do in the game. Like you just from what I know from what I've heard, you can't do anything in the game. You fly around to different planets. That's kind of it. You can't do anything.
Ugh.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh,
That would get so boring though.
why don't you play Kerbal though? Like Kerbal is like a fantastic space exploration game.
I just remembered another game that came out that none of us have played, so we can't talk about it. But Gears of War 4, I heard.
Where? And what? Oh, I didn't know they
I
took
never
that.
played any of the Gears of War. I don't know why I haven't because they seem pretty awesome. Yeah, that's what I've heard. All right. Is there anything else?
We need to do some more planning for these podcasts. True. True. We'll try again next year.
Or just not have such a general topic? Maybe something a little more specific. That's why I was saying this fiscal year.
Ooh,
'Cause
you
we
know
could've-
what? You know what we could talk about? How big of a fail to Pokemon Go was.
Yeah.
It seemed so awesome at first. Like it was like this is so cool. It's Pokemon catching them like in the
Well, I
mall.
mean, I don't really know why it was so awful. I guess it's
It was
simply
just
the fact that
like-
you couldn't battle each other. Yeah, like we were in Texas when it first. We had just gotten back from the deployment when it came out, and it didn't
There
even
weren't
work
any
in
on
the
bases. There weren't
Yeah,
any
it
on
didn't. It
bases.
didn't even work. But
I think they keep like trying to fix bugs and like making the game worse by like constantly changing up like how the locator for the Pokemon works and like yeah, I don't know. I don't.
getting Pokemon apparently that's supposed to help.
I mean, no,
I
when
don't
that
know. I think
out,
all they have to do is make it to where you can
we
battle people.
everybody had that game. Everybody.
Yeah,
had
I got discounts at Cinnabon because I was Team Valor.
Yeah. Yeah. It was sick. Yeah, it was sick.
But
Friday the 13th already talked about. I've heard Battlefront 2 is coming out and it's actually going to have a single player. So
Battlefront 2.
because again, Battlefront 2 kind of had. I mean, I think it kind of came out at a. Well, it came out at a good time, but at a bad time. Like it came out right when Star Wars: The Force Awakens was released, so it was smart for them to do that. But Fallout came
Yeah, Fallout 4
Oh.
like crushed it.
Yeah, and like that also was another game that had a lack of content. Like there wasn't.
But then they added more. Oh, excuse
They
me.
they did, but again, it's like there's actually I think no, there's not more weapons, but there's not very many weapons in Battlefront. I love the game. I still go back and play it by myself every once in
You
a
guys
while.
played it a lot more than I did.
Yeah, I like it just going back to just because it's Star Wars and the expansion maps and like modes are really fun. Like the Death Star game mode is like really cool. Like you start off in space. There's a lot of like NPC TIE fighters and player TIE fighters, and the rebels just have to shoot down a million TIE fighters and blow up a Star Destroyer. Then once you do that, you have a little transport ship that flies into the Death Star and you're fighting inside the Death Star. So it's like a transition from, flying around in ships to being, back on, having a gun and rifle and just running around killing stormtroopers. And then if you get R2D2, you have to take him back to the transport. If you make it that far, then you actually do the trench run of the Death Star and have to blow up the Death Star. So that was cool. But anyway, yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, I think it also kind of came out, like you said, Fallout 4 came out, and then once people had kind of played it for a few months, they're like, all right. And that map only had like 4 maps. So, I mean, that was kind of rough and it was hard to play it. But so hopefully the second one, it's supposed to come out in 2017. I don't know when, I'm assuming probably late 2017, but it's gonna have. Oh, and a big complaint was that it didn't have single player. All the other Battlefronts had a single player mode that was really good. And this one's supposed to have a single player game mode or campaign as well as multiplayer. So hopefully it's good.
Oh my
can hear you.
god. Yeah. Jesus. Alright, well, fellas, we're ending the stream because apparently Fawkz is unhearable. So we weren't just talking to a ghost or to ourselves. There was a real person at some point. Well, he was gone. He's not completely gone forever. He was just gone for a little bit. We were talking to him, but we're gonna end the stream here. It's a little dangerous to go alone. A little dangerous.
What did I used to always say?
Anyways,
it's bad to go by yourself.
Anyways, everybody, it's dangerous to go alone. We'll be here next week. We'll be streaming a little bit after this to play some whatever we decide to play, Overwatch or Minecraft. You're welcome to join us. It was good talking to all of you guys. We'll see you next week.
I'm gonna stay on until Josh hangs up. I've actually been able. How have we been able to see you the whole time, Chris? That was nice. Yeah. Dick. Oh,
that was so loud. My dad's gonna come up here and throw a chair. That's an itch.
That's heathen talk there. That's liberal, heathen, satanic talk right there.
Fucking Christians.
Yeah, Josh. Hey, what are we gonna play?
Minecraft. I want to play some Minecraft.
You want to play Overwatch? Chris, you want to play Overwatch or Minecraft?
Yes. 2 rounds. 2 rounds, boys.
If we're doing well and want to keep playing, let's be open to keep playing that.
It's 9:30. If we're gonna, I want to play some Minecraft.
It's also 9:30. We're gonna get an hour into it, and it'll be.
All right, getting off.
I'm gonna watch it on the stream real quick.
I think this goes. Peace. I'm going, man.